DJ C Major with the flavor.
Contemporary Living with Farmer and Hill. So I know it looks a little different today, right, Andre?
Yes,
it's a little different. So we have a live audience. We are so glad that you decided to be here today on time and tune in. So let's give everyone a hand. We are so glad that you have decided to come and join us. I'm excited about what's about to happen because we've got some very exciting things going on.
Absolutely. You can tune in to Contemporary Living every Thursday night, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time on Comcast Channel 19. If not, you can follow us on Facebook and you can follow us on YouTube as well. But before we get started, I want to just kind of give a shout out to some of the people that made things possible today. I definitely got to give a shout out to our cameraman. Back there. He is a good cameraman. He is the man. I'm going to let you know now. I think we met him at one of James Dentley events.
We did.
Yeah, so he's very good. He's a very good photographer, and he's a videographer for us, and he's been working very, very well for us. Also, we got to give a shout out to our DJ, Miss Tamara, over there on the ones and the twos.
Hey!
So when you start hearing the music, it's her playing the music over there. So also, I'd like to give a shout out to my son. He does our music for us, Christian Hill. He's down in Florida in college. Also, after this event, we're going to have some networking, we're going to have some food, so we definitely got to give a shout out to Cozy Corner Catering and Deli in Dalton, Illinois.
Wait till you guys taste these sandwiches we have.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
It's your friend Kim Paul for putting the extra
I
pounds
know,
on us.
Kim.
She back
This
behind.
year.
And then I got to give a shout out to one of my good friends and her husband, Angelina Allen, and her husband Ron, who just came in and just set up the displays out front that we have here.
Yep.
Platinum, ID, and Shimmer is what they call, and they're actually located in Homewood. And then also we'd like to also show some love to Mrs. Dr. Makiba Couture. Yeah, so we follow her on social media.
Yeah.
She's very positive, very inspirational. We appreciate our family and friends for coming out to support as well.
Don't forget Contemporary Living. When we do workshops, they're called workshops at work. You must be an adult. All right, so you got to have your big girl underwear on because we get down to some serious business and it's all about you. You will be working, okay? You're not just here to listen, you're there to work. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be finished. And every time, I'm an author too. Army Strong Women is the name of my book. I did 13 vignettes, different women, their experience in the Army and what advice they could give to women young girls who want to write a book, because every time I was out in my uniform, I would get young girls asking me, well, what's the Army like? What's the Army like? So this book kind of gives them some insight on the Army. And then once I was finished with my book, people always walk up to you saying, I want to do a book, I want to do a book, but guess what? A book has a beginning, middle, and an end. You got to get started. You got to dedicate every day, a little time every day. It can take 30 days or 30 years or 1 year, but just committing to something and completing it, no matter what the timeline. We give ourselves these timelines because I want to be rich and famous and popular, but that's not how life works. Okay, if you're looking to write a book just to be rich and famous, I hope that it happens for you, but the probability and the likelihood just on books alone But we do, and I want to announce, have in our presence the next J.K. Rowling. So, Kimberly. She came in and told me, I am the next J.K. Rowling, and you need that type of attitude. I'm not saying you won't make it to whatever your destiny is, but finish the book. You haven't even written one paragraph talking about this is where you want to get to. Start, and it doesn't have to be perfect, because I will tell you, editors change your life. They make your words, they bring your words to life. It's amazing what an editor can do. However, we are moving right along. Okay.
We appreciate Lamar Brown slid in.
Oh,
so we got the mental beauty and the mental beast back there.
You guys heard me talk about the mental beast earlier, so that's the other half of the mental beauty, the mental beast.
So y'all gotta hear him speak. He's
yeah,
a motivational speaker.
Thank you, brother.
So I want to call up the next author, Miss Cheryl Katherine Wash. So she is the story boss, all right? She has done a lot of things on a national level with some bestsellers and things like that. So I'm going to bring her in. I saw her on Facebook. I thank God for Facebook. Yes. You know,
Yeah.
I saw her and she was doing an interview and she was just so amazing. And I'm going to let her tell you all about the story, but she is the story boss. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Cheryl Katherine.
Everybody get up right now. Everybody come to your feet. On your feet. On your feet. Y'all ready? About ADHD, procrastination, paid people, didn't pay people. Well, my husband's fund everything. I'm so glad you got a husband, girl, because you know. It was pretty dumb, but I'm just saying I can relate to the women who do. Because it's amazing when you have a man that can support you in this time. Because it's not about the money. It is about your why. So first of all, I have to first start again. I have to thank Farmer Hill. Did I get it right? Farmer Hill for what they're doing. You have to take time to be grateful for this moment, because it's no accident that you're here. If you choose not to do what you're supposed to do, that's your fault. Because God put you here for a reason. If you believe you showed up to support a friend, that's not it. You have a purpose. Okay? Now, we also want to add that no one just gives these events for free. They can charge you. Okay? And I promise you, I'm not making this up because I'm a speaker. I go to workshops, they charge $5,000 and more for this information. They call them mastermind classes. There's some empty seats here. That's those people lost.
Yeah.
Right. I'm serious. Right. It's not no pack the house. I think, who said that? I think you said it didn't matter how many people, I think you too, it didn't matter how many people bought the book. It is really about your purpose. Absolutely. That's so powerful. So many people are missing that in this world, and we truly have to understand that and honor that and help other people connect. So once again, thank you. What you're doing, you have empowered us. You have helped affirmations when you got that aha moment when, like her and I did our first ever meeting. Literally. I think I did a video and she said, hey. And I'll tell you guys that story later. I'm still on track. But because I'm the publisher, I'm supposed to give you guys tips on publishing. So with that said, but I have to honor.
Yes.
Because it's real. It is real. And the more grateful you are, the more the universe is going to send you everything you need to be here, right here today. I'm going to say one thing, and I'll let, if there's time, because it's your show. But I met her years ago, and she'll tell you about the tragedy, what inspired her book. But she literally said, I'm here because I saw it on your page. I have not talked to her in years.
Oh, wow.
This is, I'm just saying. And it's a sad story, but it's a powerful story. She wrote a book as well, Latoria Brown. Okay, so, and she literally tapped me and said, do you remember me? I'm like, and she said, Latoria Brown. So I said, I'm just going to mention you if it's okay. She said, it's okay. And she said, I saw it on your page and I'm here. And that's God's work. Okay, so who want to be the top in their industry? Hello, come on now. I hope everybody here are eagles. We're not like playing with pigeons. Who want to be at the top of their industry? Okay. Who want to make money when they sleep?
Oh, yeah.
How do you make money when you sleep?
I put my money to work passively and aggressively.
All right. Anybody else? Anybody else want to talk about that? How do you make money when you are asleep in America? I still believe in the American dream. Okay, so people can get mad at Kanye all day long. I love America. I love America. God put me here for a reason.
Yes.
I would never be angry where God wanted me to come. Exactly, right? Okay, so with that said, how do you make money when you are asleep? How do you do that? Come on now, talk to me, guys.
It's a lot of ways. Real estate.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Come on.
Selling products.
The internet.
That's a good, excellent. We don't, everybody here, you guys get it. Okay, so in order to make money while you sleep, that's the American dream to me, because I'm sleeping. Okay, that's my American dream. You get paid for your thoughts. Right now. How many people say, oh, I was telling her about this and I told her that idea? Well, too bad you didn't copyright it. Okay? I'm just saying, okay, you'll see a billboard, or haven't you watched a television show or something and you turn around and go, I could have wrote that, or I said that 10 years ago. They're making millions of dollars doing this. Or you look at a comedian or somebody go, that's not even really funny. How are they like making $55 million and I'm making $5 an hour, right? And it's not about money. I'm just saying it's about energy. There are different energetic playing fields. So no matter where you are right now in this moment is valuable. So I don't want that to get mixed up when I start talking money or not. What I'm saying is that the universe is abundant. It's full of everything. Limitless possibilities. Any barrier we're having is in our own heads. Okay? So when you're watching TV and you're watching reruns and you're confused, why in the hell is that making money? It's only because you have some kind of barrier that's not valuing who you are. As a publisher, when I call myself the story boss, I have people, oh, you're a thug, you're a boss, you want to be a gangster. If you're a real boss, you don't tell yourself that. I say I am a story boss because it took years for me to own my own story. I was ashamed of my story. I grew up on the South Side. Look, everyone in here is beautiful, but it took me a long time to see that. I had large nose, big lips, I'm strong if anybody want to come at me. So I grew up like a tomboy. And I wasn't the girl that you walk into the party and somebody go, oh, she's so fine, let me just go do this, do this, do this. When I start talking, they'll go, you don't look like a white girl, but you talk like a white girl. And I'm like, no, I don't. Now, and I did not, because my subject and verbs do not agree. I promise you they don't. Did I say it right? Anyaso? She said it. You pay people. Yes. Editor. People say, you a publisher. Can you edit my book? Heck no. No. You will not be on the New York Times bestseller list. I edit it. You have to get the people around you. But it took a long time to get there to say, I'm okay. My subject and verbs do not agree. I want to wear those cute little stiletto shoes, about to wear wheelchairs on my feet. Okay? I had to learn that you have to be comfortable who you are. Right. You have to stand in your story. And that's what I call powering your story. You power your story by first doing a self-assessment. You have to determine who am I? Who do I want to be? Why am I not where I am? A lot of people don't look within and self-assess. That's the hardest thing that people can do. When I keep bringing up Kanye, when people talk about his mental illness, but a lot of people who call him mentally ill never took a test themselves. And I'm not saying he is or not. All I'm saying is that while you're so busy trying to condemn somebody else for trying to find their way, at least he published his story. At least he's out there talking about it. And mental illness is real. Okay, so even though it's another whole subject, I want you guys to know, when it comes to powering your story, you have to look within first. You have to go back. It is called self-reflection. You got to self-reflect before you can self-discover. People think they can just jump in, I'm going to go buy me some red bottoms, and I'm going to just go do this, I'm going to hang with these girls, and I'm going to do this. That's why you still miserable. I'm just being honest. You had the same Facebook arguments. Who's talking about the Facebook arguments? Somebody did. You had the same problems on Facebook as anybody else. Look at the celebrities. It doesn't matter whether you got this much money or not. You have to start healing yourself inside. So everybody here talked about inspiring you guys to talk about your story or inspire your story. I know I only have 20 minutes, so I can't give you all this, but I do want to tell you that it doesn't matter whether or not you can write, your subject and verbs don't agree. You don't know commas from semicolon, okay? You don't know T-O-O from T-W-O from T-O, and it does matter. I promise you. A lawyer will know. Right. It really does. Okay, if you saying I did that too versus I went with him too, all that, or we just did that 2 times, all that makes a difference. But with that said, you have to understand, you don't have to be an expert. She nailed that when she said the subject matter experts. You have to find people in your circle that's going to give you where you need that help at. Now you don't have to pay all that money she did, and you don't have to wait as long as she did. It's a balance, okay? But this is the balance right here, okay? Farmer Hill.
Farmer Hill.
You have to find that balance. What I call them is success networks. Right. So when you have a success network, they're going to say, you know what, next time you don't have to wait 10 years because you got Cheryl. And guess what? We're going to help you find that subject matter expert because we have her over here that, I'm going to say it right. It's so pretty. I don't want to mess it up. We have her that's going to say, well, you know what, I tried this one, I tried that one, I tried this one. And therefore, I'm going to tell you, when they talk about create space, I know everybody talk about that. When you guys heard that, the ones who want to publish, who in here is already ready to, who got a manuscript already? Have you guys been to Create Space? Do you know what that is?
Now we do.
Okay, it's a publishing platform, right? So what a lot of people don't understand is that there's different types of publishing. You have your vanity press, which means that I don't have to put a comma. I can make it all big print. I can do whatever I want and I can still be published. And there's nothing wrong with that. Somebody talked about that. Hey, you said that. You said, God, I'm following God's work, so I'm just about to do this. I'm not going to worry about all this stuff. And there's no right or wrong in this. But when you have a success network, you have more options. And you can say, well, you know what? Maybe God is trying to tell me something else too. So now let me look at this. So when you talk about create space allow you to self-publish. However, if you are a traditional publisher like myself, I don't charge people to do their books. I am a traditional publisher. I have New York Times bestsellers. I'll show you back there. But it took years and years and years of trying to get it right. A lot of people want to rush into the process. Nothing wrong with that. But once you get it out there, I think you said it or you said it. Once you get it out there, you can't take it back. Okay, so it's very important to understand where do I want to go. So let me recap that. You have a vanity press. That's where nobody is overseeing you. You have no overseer. You will totally run away. You can just do this. Then you have a subsidy press, whereas you're paying somebody to do your work. Now you also have what we call traditional publishing, where you would get an agent. The agent will help you get a check before you submit that manuscript, or it's the exchange. A lot of people just say, hey, just give me this, give me that. When you talk about the big six publishers like Simon & Schuster, Random House, those guys pay people for their story. Now, what a lot of people don't realize, even celebrities, when they say, oh, I just got $1 million book deal, they never get that money up front. That's why they always broke a lot of them. They never get that money up front. The publisher is paying for the marketing, the publicity. Like I said, I love what these guys did, because people who don't do it are sometimes they rude, they're ignorant. The work they have to put in to do this event is unbelievable. It costs them money when they're not even charging people. And people don't respect it because they're not doing it. The big houses, on the other hand, said, okay, you want to get a check of this $1 million, we'll give you $10,000 up front, depending on who you are. We may give you $100,000. We may give you $200,000, but you owe us 5 more books in the next few years. People have not met that. Dr. Phil, Ayanna, all of them have broken contracts. So it don't matter who you are, it's not easy to meet that demand and still do everything you're doing, your family, your life, and want to just live your best life. So one thing when it comes to publishing, you have to truly understand what type of publishing deal I'm looking for. Vanity is quick, fast, anybody can do it. Subsidy, there's a little more leadership, guidance, coaching, but they still want to put up, at the end of the day, traditional, we're not having it. Okay, you're going to put a spine on your book. You're going to have several cover designers. And not only that, we want to market that book 2 years before it goes into print. Self-publishing people don't do that. They just say, I want to do it. I'm in Godspeed. And I'm okay with that because I did it. That's why I'm here. So there's nothing wrong with that. So let me go back really fast. Tell me how much time I got. Who's the timekeeper here?
4 minutes.
Okay. So I told you guys I grew up on the south side of Chicago. I grew up, I went to St. Peter and Paul. Then I didn't want to go to schools around white folks no more because I went to private Catholic school, but luckily I wasn't abused. And no disrespect to abuse, but I'm saying I had a beautiful experience in Catholic school. But then I went to CVS because I wanted to be black. However, I think I had an identity crisis because I grew up in a mixed neighborhood. From there, I went to DePaul University, and I majored in English. So it wasn't a lot of black people talking about Shakespeare. So I had a lot of challenges there, but all of those things led me here. I worked in corporate America for 20 years before I retired and started my own publishing house. And I'm not gonna tell my age, but I know I look 16, but I got a son that's 11, and I had him later in life, and he's autistic and he's nonverbal. And so I told you guys my background is say my entire life been about English, writing. I won my first writing contest when I was like in second grade, like the whole entire city of Chicago. Then I did that. Then I worked for a communications company for 20 years, and I have Def Jam poets who have like standing ovations. I have published people who have did all kind of speaker stuff, and I have a son today, 11, will be 11 in January, and he's nonverbal. That was the biggest, saddest thing in my life. I went through 10 years in a sunken place because I couldn't understand. It felt like a cruel trick of nature. But that's why your story is so important. Your story is just how you got over it. Somebody said you're not always going to make money on it, but it is healing, and it's going to heal somebody else. My husband Daryl, him and I have been together 30 years. We've been married 25 years. And like I said, he don't like me. He don't like when I just talk wrong. He call me crazy every day. He call me crazy every day. However, this man loves his children. We have a daughter in college too. She's 21 years old, and she's in college in Jackson State. She's doing amazing. And we have had our challenges. We talked about that as a family. But when you own your story, power your story, it's very healing. So with that said, everyone, anybody who needs help, inspiration, I am just like you. I am still trying to get out more books. It never goes away. It is your passion. Own it. Don't be ashamed of it, because God is going to put the people here that will go around the room and dance with men. Everybody ain't gonna do that with you, but God's gonna find the people that will. So I hope that you guys publish your story. I will definitely, help anyone in this room, give you a free coaching session, no charge because of them. If you need some editing, trust me with editing. But I'll bring in the best. But anything you guys need with publishing, I'm Cheryl Katherine. I have book samples in the back, and I'm also going to gift you guys with some books because we do it for marketing. Love you guys. DJ, can we hit that one more
And as we get ready to close out today, as always, we thank God for His unmerited, undeserved favor called grace. For grace is the total absence of any works. You can't work for grace, you can't buy it, you can't sell it. It is simply what God has given to each and every one of us, because we believe that Christ died for our sins. He was buried, and He rose again the third day for our justification. On behalf of my wife, Contemporary Living, and our panels of authors, be blessed.
DJ C Major with the flavor.